So this is the next part of my talk, and it's in search of, well, I left off the last one. The reason why everything happens is because humans desire to feel, and it's wide open. Whatever subject it is, it's designed to get us to feel. And then for us to have developed opinions. And this is the way human life is. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. We all need to understand what we are. In my last talk, wearing this hat and this shirt, I said, we're like roast beef at the supermarket. That's what we think we are. We're just like cows. We're just beef. And this is har. Why am I going har? It's not to laugh, har. It's like hard to say. That's all we are. We're just cows in a little bit different form, or mammals. Supposed to be smarter than cows, but in the end, how much difference are we between us and the cow? And in search of what else could we be, then we're going to lose a lot of people. Because they're going to say, oh, you're either going to talk about philosophy or religion. And philosophy is, oh, it's ancient Greece, or I don't know. It's, you're going to get into some weird, yeah. And then you're going to get a hang up. Hang up is basically that people are going to hang up the phone. They don't want to listen anymore. Oh, I looked into philosophy years ago, and it's a lot of work. And in the end, there's no one philosophy. There's a lot of them. So why bother? And it's the same with religion. So our search for meaning gets thrown into the trash bin for a lot of us, because that's why. So why do we need meaning? Well, if I'm coughing, is it because my throat is dry? I'm tearing up? I've got an allergy? I've got a cold? Or it's just an unexplained cough out of the blue? And that is simply how we leave it. There is no deeper meaning to a cough. So we live in the shallow end of the pool all the time. Shallow. And so we really are in search of what's next. If we're always going to stay in the shallow end of the pool, what else is there to life? but human shallowness. We always have our shallowness to fall back on. Because it's very light, you know. It's very light. What's going to bring you out of the shallow end? Nothing. All there is philosophy and religion in the deep end of the pool. And that's why we cannot move forward as a collective species of humans. Because there's too many people who are very, totally satisfied living in the shallow end. And when anybody else says, what's in the deep end? They just shrug their shoulders and they say, see ya. So what we are looking at on planet Earth is someone says a quagmire? No. We are seeing an enormous chasm between the people who are in the deep end of the pool and the people who are in the shallow end of the pool. So on planet Earth, we are not going to continue as one. We are going to become two. When is this happening? It's pretty much already set in stone now which group you're in. So what happens next to the two groups? People in the deep end are going to find that there is so much in the deep end, they'll be able to explore infinity. It's not philosophy, it's not religion. It is infinity. So they're fine. They're so fine that they don't even need to listen to my talks, because they're already got so many interesting things going on in their worlds. They're really not who I'm aiming to talk at. And the big problem is the people I'm aiming to talk at, those of you in the shallow end, like I said, you hang up whenever we talk about things that are too big for me. I can count to 5 on one hand. And that's as much as I need. And that is your end game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is your end game. And we have never been so because this is basically the way it's always going to be. And your choices are going to outpicture for your reality. Because as you give up on anything you become a dementia case. You know what dementia is? It's usually old people who, we just say they lose their minds. They lose their memory, they lose and that is, do people who are at the deep end get dementia? It's not really the issue. The issue is your choice. You volunteer to be a dementia by staying in the shallow end. Well, some people say, well, that's fine. You know, I accept that. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen when I drop dead, but maybe there'll be somebody there to explain it to me when I drop dead. Or I'm going to drop dead and that'll be the end of my existence. Either way, that's fine. And that's so simple. It's so shallow and it's so easy. And that is simply it. Because what's going to change with you if you drop your body and then you discover, oh, well, I can see my body lying there and I'm still here. Now what? Your personality is still, well, you're just shallow. You're just shallow. So are you expecting that somehow on the discovery that you're still going after you drop this physical form, that someone is like going to be like me and is going to say, are you ready now to talk about the deep end of the pool? No. Your personality is, the whole time you had a body, I'm not interested in the deep end of the pool. You dropped your body, well, after you've noticed that and you've looked at that for an hour or so, and you see, well, I'm still here. What is your personality going to be doing? Well, same thing it was doing when you had a body. You're simple-minded and you're going to stay simple-minded. Dropping your body is not going to be a huge shock for you. You're expecting it. And you're expecting either the stories about an afterlife are correct or they're incorrect. In one case, I drop dead and that's it. In the other case, well, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. I am out of time because my battery is out of juice. So to sum up this one, I'm just going to remind you, you are choosing your reality by your attitudes. And if you don't want a challenge in this life, you're not going to want a challenge if there is a next life. So basically, you have abdicated your free choices. You have submitted to the lowest common denominator, and that is whatever's going to be will be. And somebody's going to say, well, that's fine. And I'm going to say, you don't get the point. You don't get the point of living if you're just going to be an airhead forever. I'm never going to be able to challenge you to do something different because you're not going to take up a challenge. What you are going to do, if you're still here, is see if you're going to live like this AstroTurf. or you're going to live like real grass. Dead or alive.